about civil rights and talking about the future of Maine, that everybody has a part and everybody has a role. So it's my great pleasure to have Shenna be here in the city of Portland and to have her be here tonight on this exciting time when we start plotting a new future for the state. Thank you.
In Washington. And I believe working people need a voice in the Brilliant House, and that's why I'm so excited to support Mike Mitchell here tonight. Paul Page has showed us just how destructive Republicans can be when they are in charge, and they don't seem to care who they hurt. And I'm going to share with you, bring you back in times when Republicans were in control, when President Bill Clinton was our president. Remember what they did? Washington Republicans were demanding their way or the highway, just like Governor Page. And I remember during that time when they shut down Congress for months, when they shut down government, and voters were ready to move on, I remember thinking it can't last. And yet we've had 4 years of it right here in Maine. So it's time to elect Mike Mitchell. And it's time to stand up and be counted and to ensure that President Obama does not face in his last 2 years what President Bill Clinton faced with impeachment proceedings and Republicans blocking him at every turn. You know, Republicans are still demanding the same huge tax cuts for big corporations, the same deep cuts to benefits for working families and retirees, and the same special treatment for polluting industries. Mitch McConnell sounds more like Newt Gingrich every day. And of course, we saw last fall that he and John Boehner are more than willing to shut down the government and then tell the rest of us that it's our fault for not giving them all that they want. Republicans in Washington are not going to change on their own. No matter what each senator or representative thinks, Republican